Honey Pink, please just confirm so that it's not from my end.
No, I'm not sure I can hear her as well.
All right. So, Honey Pink, can you please check your sound again?
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. So, can you please speak to us so that we can?
I can't hear you.
Okay, it's not from my hand. I think it's from your hand. Can you please check again?
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
So let me do one thing. Let me log out and log back in.
That will be good. That will be good. Please try that. While we allow Honey Pink log out and log back in, Mr. Shiju, would you please kindly unmute your mic, speak to us so that we confirm sound from your end?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Powerful.
Yeah, is it audible?
Very audible. Can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we'll just wait for Honey Pink. We'll give her another 1 minute. Well, just 1 minute past our 5 minutes time. We'll give Honey Pink just about another 1 minute to log back in, and then we will kickstart the program. Don't forget, please kindly share the link to join the Zoom meeting from on your different platforms so that other job seekers and people who are seeking to also change jobs or change career path can also get to be abreast of the goodness that will be shared on this platform today. All right, I have anything back. Powerful, powerful.
Yes.
Good morning. So
good morning, Shola. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Thank you.
Loud and clear.
Thank you.
Awesome. Powerful. Powerful. All right. Okay, I think it's right time to start. It's 11:08 a.m. in the beautiful city of Lagos, Nigeria, and it is the first online session of the Ascentech Career Expo year 2021. I think someone should be excited about that. I think someone should be excited. Come on, come on. Let me just see a clap of hand, everybody. Come on. Such an experience. Beautiful. Even COVID couldn't stop us this time around. Yes, COVID got nothing on us. And it's so good to have everyone join. It's so good to have all the participants, all the students, all the job seekers come on board. Such a privilege to also have our very amazing, amazing speakers from Mrs. Annie Pink and Akonte Lawson, and then of course the CEO of Ascentech Services, the very, very dynamic Meshiju Baba Karan, who is our host for today's event. Come on, let's give a hand to everybody. Come on, just give a hand. Let me just see you give a hand. Thank you, thank you. Of course, it is the Ascentech Services Career Expo 2021. Ascentech Services is known for three major work, and that is recruitment and selection. Um, Aside recruitment and selection, Ascentech Services is known for outsourcing services. Also, the third arm of the services that Ascentech Services delivers utmostly is the training and development services of staffs, new intakes, and executives. So, on that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once again to the 2021 Virtual Experience Career Expo of Ascentech Services. Having said that, we also would be introducing to you on today's edition and special edition, virtual edition of the Ascentech Career Expo 2021, the time for training is now project. Why did we call it the time for training is now project? We understand that skill development is very paramount to the empowerment and positioning of that applicant out there. There's that applicant out there who is saying, oh, I've not been employable. I'm not able to get myself into an interview. I'm not able to get my applications received and called for an interview. And today, Ascentech Services has taught a very great idea to empower and prepare that person who is desiring, who is longing, who wants to say, I want to be employable, and says, help me, and then I will be in on that interested platform. And that is why today Ascentech Services has created the ASDA program, the Development Training Soft Skill Development Program, to prepare that participant, to prepare that new job seeker, to prepare that person who wants to say, I want to translate from the job I am in presently to a new position. And today you will be hearing from all our amazing outlined beautiful speakers on how that is going to happen. Amongst all of that, we will be privileged to engage our speakers and ask them questions. So peradventure you have questions while they speak, please kindly go to the comment box and put in there your questions. Please kindly go to the comment box and put in there your questions. We will be paying attention to seeing some of the questions that will be coming, and then we would also respond to your questions accordingly. Peradventure you want a particular speaker to answer your question, please kindly put question 2, the name of the speaker, and then we will be right to answer your question. Don't forget, it's just going to be for about less than 1 hour of meeting time. So please, let's keep it short, precise, and direct to the point. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the skill development program that also empowers you for that new job. Not only that, it also guarantees a certification. So once you come on board the program, you're trained, you're prepared, then we will certify you. You will be issued a certificate from the academy saying you have gone through the processes of our skill development program. Isn't that powerful? Isn't that beautiful? So we are here to make your next job happen for you. Distinguished audience, I will be introducing to give you a low detail of what Ascentech Service represents and a few background information into the skill program and the academy. Ladies and gentlemen, coming soon, in the next voice you will be hearing after now would be none other than an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Management in Nigeria, an HR practitioner, a distinguished personality, and a Nigerian Institute of Management personnel, chartered. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the head of talent at Ascentech Services Limited. I'm talking about none other than the distinguished personality, a gentleman to the core, And then some man you may want to say, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome. Next voice you'll be hearing after now, Mr. Akonte K. Lawson. Please let's make him welcome, please. Over to you, Mr. Akonte. You have the floor now.
Good morning, everyone. I hope we all can hear me. Thank you very much, Shola, for that. Well, I like to consider myself someone who just finds jobs for job seekers, and job seekers in this case would comprise people who are fresh graduates, people who are in the mid-level, and senior management. So the whole of the introduction, well, I appreciate that, but I just consider myself as a person who finds jobs for people. Now, back to the reason why we are all here today. Well, we're talking about the Ascentech Skill Development Academy, and the Academy aims to bridge gaps. Now, gaps in the sense of soft skills. Now, we see people who are looking for jobs not having the right skill sets. The reason why that happens is most of the time, not because they do not have the technical know-how, but because that soft skill is lacking. That soft skill is missing. And this program, I believe, after which we would have concluded, would help to address or to help proffer solutions to those challenges that we have as job seekers. Now, first of all, I would like to say that Nigerian graduates are employable. Now, forget the old mantra or the common statement of people always saying graduates are unemployable. That's not true. And the reason I say so is very simple. Nigerian graduates are very employable if and only if they do the right things. Now, one of the right things is while we are here today. And I hope that this training would address that problem head on. And going forward, we'll be able to do the right things that would make us become employable. Now, of course, we have challenges, especially for young graduates. You see people, who are graduates, BSc, HNDs, in some cases, ONDs and NCs, just throwing CVs around. Now, one thing I like to, advise job seekers is to be proactive in the job search. You would see somebody who maybe studied Yoruba applying for a job of an engineer. Of course, you do not need a soothsayer to tell you such a person would not be called, which is why I'm going to go to the first point. Now, I'm talking about the challenges now, or the problems, if you like to put it that way. Why do job seekers get looked or passed over and not considered for job opportunities? Very simple, or put simply, first, poorly written CVs. Now, that is very, very important. A CV, it's your marketing tool. Consider your CV as that item that goes before you to the interviewer's desk or to the recruiter's desk. So you want to be sure that you have the proper
Can everyone still hear Mr. Conte?
Hello, can everyone still hear me?
Okay, you just got back now. You just got back now.
Okay, good. Okay, fantastic. I hope we are still on track. So yes, I was speaking. Okay, at what point did you lose me, Shola? At what point? So I know what to,
Yeah, you were just talking about the academy. You mentioned the academy.
Okay, I mentioned the academy. So I was talking about, first of all, the challenges of job seekers. Now, I remember I mentioned about, you having the right tool for, applying for a job. Now, your CV, one of the challenges or problems that job seekers have is that most of the time, the CVs are poorly written. Now, of course, consider the CV your marketing tool. The marketing tool goes before you. It goes onto the interviewer's desk. It speaks for you. And that is the reason why, whether or not you will get invited for an interview. Now, you have to ensure that you have the right CV. Now, you have the proper CV for every job you're applying for. Another area you want to consider is having a cover letter Yes, cover letters are also very important when it has to do with applying for a job. You want to write the cover letter to be tailored towards what the job advertisement or the job description is talking about. You want to be sure that you have the right tool. And you can also get professional help. Ascentech has a division that caters for that. We are professional CV writers, we're professional HR consultants. And when people come to us to tell us, oh, sir, I would like you to help me with my CV. Yes, we do that. We have a division, like I said, that caters for all of that. So you want to seek professional help to be sure that you have the right tool to help you find that job that you truly deserve. Now, that is one problem. I've talked about the problem and a possible solution. You could seek professional help, or you want to go online, get samples of maybe studied accounting, check for templates that you can tailor towards what you have and the experience you have to find the job that you so desire. So first of all, a CV, which is very key. That is one. Then number two, why do job seekers not find, or why do they get passed over? Lack of important skills. Now, one of the things, or one of the reasons why we're here is to discuss, to see how we can bridge gaps in skills. Now, these skills may not necessarily be technical. You could have a guy who is an engineer who is good on the job, but guess what? He may get passed over. Why? Because maybe during the interview, he could not articulate his thoughts. He could not convince the interviewer that, yes, I can do this job. As much as I have the skills, you have to be able to articulate your thoughts to convince the person on the other side of the table that you are actually the right fit for the job. Because knowing the job or having the technical know-how is one thing. Being able to talk about what you know or what skills you have is another completely different thing. So that is why skills and communication and soft skills basically in general is very key to finding a job. So you want to be able to communicate. You want to be able to sit in a manner that is not forceful or frightening to the other person on the side of the table. Some people come to the interview with their arms folded. That is very wrong. Some people come to the interview not being able to look at the interviewer in the eye. It's a show of lack of self-confidence. So you want to know these things. When people tell me, a lot of people tell me, oh, sir, I'm qualified for that job, but I don't get called. As a recruiter, I get calls every now and then. Oh, sir, I just submitted my CV. I have a BSc, I have a master's, I have a PhD. But guess what? The CV is poorly written. They can't even communicate. And when we say, okay, fine, we're going to help you develop a proper CV and send you off to a client to meet with, you cannot even articulate your thoughts. You just know it on paper. But being able to talk about your experience, core experience, is a problem. So that is why communication is very key. And why we are here by program would have been able to take a thing or two to help us address those issues. Now, another problem I would like to talk about is a lack of online presence. As much as we can say, oh, I know somebody. Yes, knowing somebody is on the one hand, but having a very powerful online presence is very key. Now, online presence in this case, I'm not talking about TikTok. You can have your TikTok account, that's fine. I'm not talking about Snapchat where you have the filters over your head, that's also fine. But when I'm talking about social presence, I'm talking about on social media pages like LinkedIn. Yes, that is also very important. I see people looking for jobs and I ask them, what's your LinkedIn name? Let me send you a job advert that I just posted online. And then they say, oh, sir, what is LinkedIn? I had a graduate talk to me last week telling me he was looking for a job. And I said, fine, give me your LinkedIn name. I'm going to search for it. I'm going to push some job ads to you. And guess what? He didn't even know what LinkedIn was about. And I was shocked. Not because he may not be qualified, but because he has no online presence, because every job that is being given to a prospective employee these days, the person is researched. Even when they offer you a job, they would still go online, do some background checks to be sure that you are not against, or you are not a person who is different in such a way that would be a problem in the company in terms of culture. Now, some people have written all sorts of of course, talking about the silhouette challenge going on online. I don't want to have a staff who is participating in that kind of challenge coming to work for me because it is a stain to my brand. So you need to have a proper and clean presence online, because a check would normally be done before an offer is given. So online presence is very key. If you do not have a LinkedIn account at this very point in time, I urge you to go on and set up one and be very active. You have companies you want to work with, engage with them. Almost every company, if I'm not, I can say for a fact that almost every company in the world today has online presence. You can engage with them. Oh, I want to work with Ascentech. Ascentech puts out, digital content every day. We have a digital marketing manager who ensures that that is done on a daily basis. So how can you do that? You can engage with them. Ascentech posts a job. Even though you're not qualified, you can engage with them and say, oh, sir, can I recommend X, Y, Z? I have a friend who might be interested in this and is skilled in this. Can I recommend? Guess what? The Ascentech, the person handling the account, gets to notice you from time to time. You go again, and then even if you're not qualified, you can say, sir, can I recommend a few people for this? Or you mention people. There's a mention. You can add Shola, or at Shuju, and then they get to see the post. And guess what? They see it and then they apply. What does that do for you? It also building your presence, because as much as you're commenting and participating in activities going on online, the company gets to recognize you as a popular commenter. And guess what? We've employed somebody by so doing recently for a client, because he's an active member on our website and our social media pages. That is one way you can build your brand, and that is another way in which you can find jobs. No, nobody says you have to always walk into an office. You can find a job, by just being online, sending your CV, reaching out, being proactive. Guess what? I also found a job with Ascentech through online. It was a LinkedIn that I met with the former HR manager, and guess what? I'm the HR manager today. So online presence is very key, and I encourage everybody to have a profile on LinkedIn especially. You can have your Facebook, you can have your Twitter, you can have your Instagrams, no problem. But when it comes to finding a job, I believe a LinkedIn account does you better. So that is another area that we should consider addressing as job seekers. And guess what? And I'll go to the last final point for the problems and also the solutions. Applying wrongly. I think I mentioned briefly about how somebody who studied Yoruba goes about applying for a job of an engineer. Or you see somebody, who studied maybe economics and is applying for a job of a medical doctor. It doesn't work. When you put out job ads, you see all sorts of applications. People keep saying, oh, I was not called, oh, I was not invited. It is not as a result of you. Nobody's going to invite you. I'm not going to invite an economist to come and do a job of a medical doctor. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's not even go to church all you like. It's never going to happen. So you have to be sure that you're applying for the job that your CV and profile is well tailored to. You've studied a particular course. There are courses that you can not, for example, HR is a very open field. When I say open, in such a way that, there are professional certifications you can take. Even though you're not a professional, you could start doing the professional course with CIPM or SHRM or CIPD, and then you can become chartered. Well, in the case of medical doctor, you have to go to a proper school, a medical school. So that is why sometimes applicants or job seekers get passed over, not because as a result of them not being passed over for no reason. It is as a result of them not being able or having the right skills and experience to do the job. So that's another area that we have to be sure we are doing right. So apply for only the jobs that your profile fits. That's on one hand. So solutions, I'll just talk about briefly, and then before I pass on back to Shola to take the next speaker. I talked about writing a professionally appealing CV. Yes, I discussed about that before, so I'll just run over that again. Like I said, we have a CV clinic where we help job seekers or professionals who are looking for jobs or switching careers write CV. So you can always reach out to us maybe after this program to see how we can help address that issue. And also invest in yourself. Yes, investing in yourself does not always have to be financially related or financially driven, basically. You can invest in yourself by taking courses that are free online. There are free courses on Coursera, there are free courses on MOOC, there are free courses on lynda.com, so Future Learn. There's so many things on the resources you can take and build upon. And develop yourself. Nobody's going to do that for you. You owe that. It's your responsibility to make sure that you're developing yourself and in the right track. So I hear people say, oh, there's no money. My dear, you have data. You can go on Snapchat, but you cannot go on the website that would help you become a better person. That's not going to, it's laughable because people would say, oh, no data, but you can go on Snapchat. guess what? There are several, you can't even imagine the number of courses that are free online that you can take with just little data. With the 1 gigabyte data, you can finish a course or even 2 or 3 courses. So please, that is not an excuse. Money is not an excuse. There are free resources online that you can learn and develop yourself. And nobody says you cannot state a course you took for free on your CV. No, as of today, it's not a crime to do so. You don't have to go to a proper school in the 4-wall environment to say you've graduated. People graduate, people take online courses and graduate from school. So please, job seekers, take this as an advice and become better in the 21st century. Also, I'll just run over another solution that I talked about. Yes, I talked about applying for jobs that you're more qualified for. And also another bonus point, be proactive in your job search. Nobody says you have to apply for a job when there's an advert. You can reach out before a job is posted. And guess what? When the job becomes eventually available, you will be one of the first people to know about them. Before Ascentech posts a job ad, we normally do an internal search. We say, oh, Shola, do you have this person? Do you have a candidate that would fit this profile? Guess what? Referrals. So you want to be seen. You want to be in front of the candidate of the employers at every point in time. Because before a job is posted out, internal things happen. Oh, sir, sometimes I go to Mr. Shiju and say, sir, do you have a profile that fits this role before even posting a job online? So if you are proactive, if you've probably reached out to us before that time, you would be one of the people that would be looked at, to maybe take up the job. So that is another area we have to look at. We have to be proactive and anticipative. We have to be futuristic. We don't have to wait until Ascentech posts a job ad to reach out to Ascentech. You can reach out and say, Ascentech, I'm a chartered accountant. I have 2 years experience. I'm looking for a job in this industry. And guess what? We'll keep it in the pool. And when a job in that space becomes available, you are one of the first people that would know about it, even before we post online. So be proactive and anticipative in your job search. Now, another lastly that I'll talk about, I talked about referrals briefly. Yes, you can also seek mentors. That's another way you can find yourself a job in the 21st century. You don't have to do it all alone. You can seek professional help. You have people who have gone ahead of you in your career path, who are on the same career path as you. You could reach out to them. Of course, LinkedIn is one way. You could meet people. You don't have to meet them physically. You can have a one-on-one session with somebody on the phone, and it can just run you through what you need to do and how to prepare for an interview, pending the time you get invited. So seek mentors. There are very, very many people who are experienced in your field. You don't want to even imagine the number. There's so many of them that you can reach out to and ask for help. Nobody says a help is a crime. You can ask for help if you're not sure about something. HR people are there, people along your same career path are there, you can reach out to and ask them for support. That is a bonus point. And lastly, before I hand over the baton to Shola, of course, we talk about this is a COVID era, right? So remote working has become one of the norms. So like I said, you don't have to walk into an office to apply. You could even be in Nigeria and working with a company in the US. Yes, it has gotten to that level. It has gotten to that point where there are some Nigerians that work with foreign companies. So you don't have to sit in an office to work. You could be in your house, do content. There are so many companies that require content writers. You could learn how to write very, very appealing and professional content without leaving your house. You could be in your comfort zone, learn how to write content, and apply for jobs that require remote work or that does not mind you working remotely. And you can still earn a living without even you being in the 4 corners or in a square office space. So people and job seekers, you have to be proactive. This is the 21st century, and COVID has even made it even more challenging for people to want to accept or interact with you physically. I mean, we're having a training now, and we are not even in the same room. So that is a testament to the fact that you can actually do things virtually. You can apply for a job even in the US. And guess what? A US company would not take you if you don't have the right skills. It's not a charity organization, if I may use that term. So you have to be really skilled and experienced in that field. How do you do that? Develop yourself, learn online, take opportunity, take the time to learn. Take time to learn. And I hope that you would find that job that you so desire very, very soon. I'm sure after this training session, you'd be able to apply 1 or 2 tips that we've shared to help you become or grow in your career or get your career started. So thank you very much. I think that's all from me for now. If there are any questions, I'm available to take them, or maybe if after the session, I don't know how Shola would, so Shola, back to you, please.
Thank you very much once again, Head of Talent at Ascentech Services. Ladies and gentlemen, participants, please, can I just see a show of hands? Come on, let's just put hands together for our very Head of Talent, everyone. You can drop messages for him in the chat box. You can drop messages for him. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, you spoke across a couple of things, especially for new job seekers in the area of CV writing, in the area of cover letter, in the area of presentation, in the area of having the right skills. And of course, that is why Ascentech Services is putting together this very virtual program today to present the Skill Development Academy to our job seekers. And thank you once again for bringing to us all those very profound knowledge sharing. Thank you, Mr. Akonte K. Lawson, Head Talents Acquisition at Ascentech Services. Once again, if you have any questions, we will be taking all our questions together. So if you have any questions, please run to the chat room now and drop your questions in the chat room. We will be taking them together at the end of the speaking engagement. And while we do that, it's that time where we listen to a second speaker, and that would be our very own ECNLP and APC certified. I mean, it's not easy. An international NLP practitioner. And I'm talking about a beautiful woman, a distinguished personality who not only is a practitioner, but has more than 15 years experience in corporate training. I'm talking about the beautiful lady who is skilled in executive coaching and employee training. She is a soft skill manager amongst others. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome our second speaker for today's virtual experience of the Career Expo 2021, organized by Ascentech Services. She is none other than Mrs. Annie Pink. Please, Mrs. Annie Pink, you're welcome. Please, come on, let's give her a show of hand. Let's give her a show of hand. Let's give her a show of hand. Thank you, everyone. Mrs. Annie Pink, you have the floor now. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Shola. That was a very encouraging welcome with a lot of energy. Thank you very much. I wish everybody else in this forum has the same energy that Shola has. With a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, a lot of power in your speech. Thank you again. It's a wonderful morning. It's a Friday, and all of us are in weekend mode. And in the weekend mode, we are all sitting together to discuss on the strengths that we have. Now, before we start, let me just tell you one thing. Apart from being a trainer, apart from being a coach or an NLP practitioner, me as a person has been a people person all the time, which has encouraged me to get into different streams of work, from being an IT employee to an ITES, and then getting into training, because I'm a people person. And I believe in people and in their abilities more than they believe in themselves. So one thing what I can see here is there is something which has brought you here. That is because you have decided to have a change in your life. That has brought you here. So I believe just the thought of you coming here itself shows that you have already taken the first step towards success. Now, success is different. Each person has a different level of success. Each of us have a different way to look at success. But generally, success is not about measuring yourself with another person. Success is about how much you outdo yourself, right? From the time you're born, from the time you grow up, from the time you've done your education in schools, to the university education, there are so many things that come across in your life. You might have challenging situations. You might be having a cakewalk situations. You might feel that I'm so super talented than anybody here. And sometimes you also felt that, am I good enough for anybody here? Or maybe I'm too good, I'm supposed to be working in US. Or maybe I'm too good, I'm supposed to be working in London right now. So each of us have our own levels of success. Each of us always rate ourselves in different ways. But today here, I'm ready to inform and help you to discover that there is something else that you can look towards the skills that you have. Now, all of us are busy going to different colleges, different universities. As Mr. Accounte was saying, you need to go to a right college to study, upgrade your skill set so that you get into the right job. All that is fine. Yes, as a recruitment point of view, it is very important, right? All of us concentrate on one set of skills that is very important, which is hard skills, right? Let me classify the skill set into two. One would be hard skill. The second one would be soft skill. Now, from the time we start our education process, we are taught to concentrate more on the hard skills, because that is where your CV talks about. Your CV is not going to talk about anything else. It's just going to say what is your technical skills, what is your education, what have you studied, how many years of experience you have in that area, what is your technical knowledge, what is your technical certification. The list goes on. So, end of the day, there are hundreds of people and thousands of people across the world who are qualified with the same degree. There are millions of engineers coming out every day. There are millions of scientists and who are in different fields. You just don't, you need not name them. There are hundreds and thousands of scientists across the world. Now, how do you make yourself unique in such an industry? For example, let's take engineering. Today, there are so many Nigerians who have, topped in Africa, who have been awarded as the best. There were 10, if you had read, there were 10 different, Nigerians who were awarded the best in the entire Africa, all aged between 25 to 28. Why? It's because each of them had their related work experience with their technical skills. They have improved their soft skills, which has taken them to the world stage. And today, as an African, if they say, okay, from Africa, 10 participants have been topped, and those 10 participants were from Nigeria. So that's a very proud situation. So that shows how much we are capable of, isn't it? So let's come back to this now. The hard skills is only technical. Now, just by making yourself technically sound, just by making yourself with your grades and with your technical knowledge alone can just secure you a job. It can secure you a job. But the other side of it, how happy are you in the job? Are you able to do it with your passion? What is your real passion? What are the things that you really like to do every day? It's not that from Monday to Friday you are working, okay, just for the sake of working. I need money by the end of the month. So just for the sake of working, Monday to Friday I work, and then Saturday, Sunday I have my own free time. Now, what are we doing there? Are we managing the time in the right way? Now, Monday to Friday, what encourages you to go to work? So my sessions are usually interactive. Now, I want you to speak back to me and just let's have a discussion as to how you go about with your daily work with your technical skills. All of you, many of you would have got job with the technical skills, with your CV, with your education, right? So once you go into a job, what keeps you on going every day? I just want each of you to just give me one sentence reply. You can unmute yourself and talk. I would be happy to see your faces. It's an interactive session. You can have your videos on so that it will be nice to talk to a person.
Okay, so Mrs. Aneping would like to interact with us, and so we can just put on our videos. If you heard her, if you would like to, she would like to engage with us. She would like to engage with us, so we can put on our videos, please.
You can just let me know how far the hard skills that you have has got you a job, definitely. Now, how happy are we in this job? Are we excited every day to go to the job? From Monday to Friday, what happens what happens to you? What makes you happy to get back to work? Is it money that is keeping you happy? Okay, yes, money is your motivation. Is that what you're going to job? Or is it that your friends, you meet your friends every day? Is that your motivation? Or is it that you have free internet in office? Is that your motivation? Is that there is AC in office? Is that your motivation? Is that you have good rest with peaceful time, no work given to you, you're at your table, you're sitting in your chair, you don't have any other thing else to do apart from looking at your laptop and doing your daily chores? Is that your motivation? So there are different types of motivation that gets you to work, right? End of the day, what keeps you going? That is what I want to get from you. Each of you, just a word, what just keeps you going?
Okay, if I may just jump in while we wait for every other person to gather their thoughts together. I mean, like you said, a couple of things would, motivate one at work. Sometimes money, which is very important, money is a good reward for work that is done. Another motivation may be maybe travels. If the job offers you opportunities to travel, that may also be. I mean, for structured work, you also have time of travel. You have time planned for, I mean, children, plans for children in terms of schooling. Even for the person who is employed, for certification exams, for higher studies, maybe your master's, your PhD, are some of the things that also motivate one on a job. Maybe the opportunity to also become a partner in the business, the opportunity to also become a partner, so you know that you're working for the long term, and then you have a sense of security in the job that you are being employed at. I mean, these and many more are some of the things that encourages one. I've heard of corporate organizations, structured organizations that have programs of insurance for the workers, for the children, and for the family, the immediate family of the work. I mean, this and many more are the things that actually motivate one to want to be a part of the corporate structure or the culture that an organization presents, and you look forward to being part of what the companies do, and what part of what the company do, and you want to join them to do that. I believe those are some of the things amongst others. Maybe we have somebody that wants to talk. Anybody that wants to share their thoughts?
Sure.
Good morning.
Bernard, I see your hub. Bernard or Terry, you want to share reasons why you love to join the company?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Bernard Oteheri. Actually, I'm in the security organization. I work with GT Bank. What motivates me? Hello.
Yeah, Bernard, your network is a bit wavery. Your network is a bit wavery, and then we can also not see you the background. If it's okay for you to put on your video, if not, we'd like to hear you properly. Maybe you just need to move a bit. I think the area where you are at.
Okay, can you hear me properly?
We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay, what motivates me in my own work here is the passion first. The passion to do the job. It's not the salary, it's not the money. It's all about learning, meeting people daily, and aspiring to do better. However, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
However, if money comes in, fine and well, but the passion for the job motivates me.
Thank you very much, Bernard. So that's very well said. Most of us have an intention why we go to work. Initially, it starts with money, right? You like to be independent. You like to take care of your life. You like to do your own thing. You would like to spend money at your own will, right? You need to have an independence. So that is the initial motto as to why we start going to work, generally, right? Generally. Then later on, what happens is, some of you have put in the chat that you are not motivated at all. There is nothing that you like to. You just got the job and you're continuing to work because of your commitments, right? You have so many things to take care in a month, so you go to a job. Now, I have one suggestion here. In a part of my experience with a lot of employees, what I generally give as a suggestion, as an opinion with our experience as coaches, is that the job that comes across to you, there is a learning in everything. We learn from everything that we take. There are 5 soft skills that I would like to give you all today, right? In this session, I just want to give you 5 skills because we have short of time. So number 1 skill is listening. Now, when we get to a job, we are so filled with all the technical knowledge to say that, yes, I have so many years of experience. I am going to do the job in this way. This is how I was doing, and this is how I will do. Now, what happens when you join in a company? There is a set of process that's already been there. So you are requested to follow that process. You are asked to follow that process. So there is a contradiction. There is a conflict between your understanding and the company requirement, right? When there is an understanding, you will start listening. You will start listening to what it takes. So then once you listen, you will know how to apply the right thing. For example, all of us know about the legendary Mr. Nelson Mandela. Now, I want to take this as an example about Mr. Nelson Mandela. He's a renowned person. Everybody across the world know who he is and what his work is. He has always been, though he has paramount knowledge in the work that he is doing as a leader, he was the last one to speak always. The reason why, because when you listen, when you inculcate this main soft skill, what happens is you get to know what everybody else have got to say. And then you have at the end, you know how clear your vision is. You will be very clear as to what you're going to talk. So then there is a value when you talk. We expect value. We expect when people talk to you, or when you talk to people, you expect people to listen to you, right? So how do we, when we have expectations, let's start putting that number 1 soft skill, listening. Now, number 2 is managing your time. Managing your time is so essential right now, because most of us are so busy the entire day. 80% we are busy, and 20% is what we do with our passion. So what are we doing 80%? So when you sit down and write it down and see, what did you do, in your journal, end of the day, when you write your journal, just write down from morning to evening, what all did you do? Was it productive? Was it something related to your passion? What encouraged you to go through that day? What are the happy moments? What are the sad moments? What are the moments of regret? What are the moments that you felt that this is not it? This is it. I'm going to change. I think I need a change. So what are those moments? So learn first to manage your time. This is for all of us. Every day we have to learn to manage time. It is one of the major soft skills. Now, when we get to job in Lagos, since I live in Lagos for a decade and plus, so I know how it is to commute on a Lagos road. So if I have to be in a place at 10 o'clock, I leave my house at 7:30. So I plan myself, right, okay, I'm going to have my breakfast in the car. I don't have time because I can expect traffic anytime. There can be an accident. There can be anything. There could be just 2 people fighting on the road. and that can end of 2 hours of traffic on the road. So now I'm not going to make all that overpower me, because I'm a positive person. This is the world that we are living in, not just Lagos. Every cosmopolitan city across the world is the same, not just Lagos. So there's no point in me complaining every day that this is what it is, that is what it is. No complaining. 10 o'clock, you have to be in office, manage your time, right? So when you are managing your time, your colleagues, your top management will be looking at you, and they'll be like, that shows involvement, that shows commitment towards the job. Okay, number three, the skill is stop whining, stop complaining. Most of Lagosians, with my experience, whether it is an Indian or whether it is any other nationality, or Lagosians, Nigerians, we are so used to complaining. We start from complaining the government, the road, the electricity, we complain about everything. It's all about complaining. So from today, after attending the Ascentech services session, I have one thing that I want you to take back. Stop whining. Stop complaining. Accept what is around you, and you will see a sudden change around you. Just accept, okay, this is what it is. I cannot run away from this. I'm going to learn to live with it. And I am a happy person. I am a positive person. So make sure that every Friday from today, every Friday, keep it as write it in your board anywhere you want. Every Friday, I will make sure that I will not complain. I will not whine about anything. One day, it's a challenge for all of you. From me, it's a challenge. One day, stop complaining. Just keep it, and then let us know how you feel when you don't complain for one day. All right? Every Friday. All right? Now the fourth point, right? The fourth point is break the rules. Break the rules. There are some people giving you rules over rules. This is what it is. This is what is that. Now, I mean to say, break the rules for good. Break the rules of what? It's about, I need 2 hours of time on WhatsApp. I need 5 hours time on Facebook. I need to take at least 10 photos of myself, a selfie, at least 10 today. So there are so many things that we do, which is not a rule. But we have made our own rules. Okay, this is what I would do from Monday to morning. In between, let me make a TikTok video. So what happens is 80% of our time, statistically, 80% of our time, we end up wasting. That is the trend right now we are, because of the cell phones. The entire world is in our hands. How are we managing our time? Number 5, train your mind. Now, how are we going to train our mind? By inculcating, by absorbing all the wonderful soft skills. Now, soft skills are not just 5. We have so many that we are here to teach you. That is the reason why Ascentech has come forward to reach to all the wonderful youth across Nigeria. We know what is there with you. We know what is your ability. We know what is your capacity. And we know what kind of perseverance you have. And when you work with all your goals set in the right way, we know what kind of achievements you can do. And that is the reason why Ascentech has come up with an Ascentech Skill Development Academy. So this will help us to reach you, and you reach us, and let us discuss together and grow together, wherein there is one major thing that we are going to face in the coming up years. It's called artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence, once it takes over, then the value for the hard skills that we have been learning all our entire childhood till our graduation is going to get nullified. The only thing that will keep us going will be our soft skills, because there would not be any person needed to do any technical job, because artificial intelligence has already taken over the entire Western world, and little by little, it is going to come into Africa as well. So let's all get prepared. Let's get prepared for what is coming up to us. Let's concentrate on the other part of the skill, that is the soft skill. And we at Ascentech are well skilled and well trained. And since we live in Nigeria, for a decade and plus. We understand Nigerians. We know the challenges that you all face. We know the education system. So that is why we are here to empower you and to train you, certify you, so that you're internationally certified, not only to apply for the passion and the jobs that you work with passion in Nigeria, but also across the world. So it is a great opportunity for me to meet all of you today, and looking forward to see you all in our future training programs. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Hani. Come on, such a powerful presentation. Please, can we put our hands together for Mrs. Annie Pink? One more time, everybody. Please let me see a show of our hands. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, you spoke quite detailed about a few points. I mean, amongst many other, like you said, amongst many other skills that we can learn. I mean, when you mentioned about listening, I mean, that was so powerful. Some time ago, I learned that listening is not just shaking your head when somebody is speaking, or listening and giving a sign so that the person knows that you are actually listening to them, but that comprehending what the person is communicating and being able to understand their thought process. And sometimes listening does not demand that you respond. Listening may just be that you just pay attention to what the other person is communicating. I mean, it's so powerful what you've shared. And one of the challenges of our present world is the inability of people not to listen to each other. And that's why even in relationships, people speak and then just respond without paying attention to the other person communicating. And at the end of the day, you find out that there's an argument. And what causes an argument? They both are probably speaking the same thing, communicating the same thing, but they are just not listening to each other. I mean, it's so powerful what you have shared. One more time, I mean, you also went from listening, you talked about whining and complaining. Oh my word. I think almost every person who lives in Lagos would complain. You complain about the driver, you complain about the road, you complain about the light, you complain about the president, Buhari. Who doesn't complain about Buhari?
Yes.
We just literally complain about everything. But like you said, we have to get away from whining and complaining and see that the reality of the world we live in is about challenges. And one of the things that man was created for is to maneuver and work around his or our challenges, come up with solutions to live a better life in the situations that we have found ourselves. I mean, you couldn't have said it better. Even when you talked about breaking rules for good, life is made of rules. The powerful tool of life, one of the governing principles of life and living is rules. And every single person who wants to be great in life must follow rules. Yet, rules are made sometimes to be broken in a good way so that you can then create new good rules that others that can then follow. I mean, you couldn't have said it better. So one more time for that beautiful, powerful presentation. Come on, let's give a hand to Mrs. Annie Pink, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I mean,
Thank you so much.
you have heard it. Ladies and gentlemen, participants, you have heard it. Preparation is key. Our first speaker talked about how we can package our CV, our cover letters, our presentation, applying right. He went on and shared very detailed information about how we can get ourselves in the room for an interview. Now, our dear Mrs. Annie Pink has also given us the skill sets that we can learn, that we can imbibe, that we can incorporate to prepare us when we get into the room that can take us further in our interview and experience for skill acquisition. Now, this she said, and I'm going to reiterate, this is not everything you need to know. For you to know more, you need to join the Skill Academy. Can everybody still hear me, please? If you can hear me, let me see a wave of hand. Can everybody still hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
good, powerful. So it's not just all these skills. I mean, she mentioned 5, but then she said that there are more. Sorry, I went dark. That's the power of some of the things we could have complained about in Nigeria. Is power. Power just went out. But then we have to manage. You understand? We have to manage, and then we have to keep moving. But then she mentioned that, going back to what I was saying, that it is very important that we learn other skills. And those other skills you can learn when you come on the skill development program in the academy that is set up by Ascentech Services. So it is very germane that you come on board the academy and learn the skills that will prepare you for that job, So go in the message box, go on Ascentech pages on Instagram and on Facebook, go and see the details of the Skill Development Academy and subscribe so that you can be more prepared for what the future holds for you. It is very important. Go on Ascentech, at Ascentech on Instagram. I say it again, at Ascentech on Instagram and on Facebook. Ascentech is spelled ASCENTECH at Ascentech Services on Instagram, and check out the details of what the Skill Academy is all about. A final speaker for the virtual experience and the 2021 Career Expo organized by Ascentech Services is none other than the brain behind, the man who has a heart and a desire to see job applicants get a beautiful job that satisfies them and allows them to play out their passion and deliver a great job experience in their career path. This man has been in Nigeria for over 2 decades, I understand, and he's been practicing career-related experiences and empowering true insights and knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the CEO of Ascentech Services, Mr. Shiju Prabhakaran. Come on, let's welcome him. Come on, let's give him a hand. Let's give him a hand. He will be speaking to us, and then he will be our last speaker, and then we'll go straight to the questions and answer. I see your questions in the comment box in the message session. Please keep your questions coming. We will take them immediately after we have Mr. Shiju Prabhakaran. Once again, a hand for our CEO. Come on, everybody. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Shiju.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And yes, all the 2 speakers done the justification about this program, and I'm so happy to take few words. This morning, I can see many logged in here, taking time. So I'm grateful to meet you all here. So straight to the point, yes, we are into human resources. And as the business says, like, human resources, you people are our resources. We choose the best from you people and post them in the best organization in Nigeria. So we are doing this job for last 7-8 years, and all of us, all the speakers and the trainers who are we lined up for this academy are all experienced people from the market, and they know the Nigerian conditions, they know the difficulties employees, or rather the candidates, have here. So we designed this program in a way we are doing skill development, employability. So this is not only to fetch you a job, This is for your personal life and professional life. You know, I will talk about some of the skills what we are going to concentrate on and how it will be related to your professional and personal life. Now let us talk about, now the previous speakers already spoke about what is soft skills and how important it is in your career path. Now let us talk about a successful man possesses only 15% of knowledge and your academics or certificates which he's getting from the universities. The successful man in his 100% success, it's only 15%. Balance 85% is soft skills. You understand? The 85% is on the communication, how the successful person communicates, how he is dealing with people, what is his body language, what is his adaptability, what is his leadership skills. So that is the difference. That is the importance of soft skills. Your hard skills only contribute 15%. Rest all is 85%. Now, yes, hard skills is important. We agree, but like, you know, it is not hard to acquire a hard skill, because you go to a university, you learn the subject and write the exam, it's finished. Once you got the certificates, it ends there. But in soft skills, it's a continuous activity. It doesn't stop anywhere. Every day, every now and then, you will be upskilling yourself in soft skills. So that is the program what we are going to have in every month. This is an every month program. People can register for every month, and these are all the classes which we are going to have. It is available online for your future references. So it's not like you missed because of the bandwidth. Yes, Mrs. Annie was talking about complaining. Now you're on road, you don't have bandwidth, you don't have power. Don't worry, the classes are already stored in the Facebook and you can access it anytime. So don't worry about those things. But what I'm particularly want to ask all the participants is, like, it's not the money you're going to invest, it is the time you're going to invest. You know, the time is precious. During our time management classes, we will be talking about how the time is more valuable than the money. Money you can earn. If you lost money, you can earn it back. But the time which you are wasting, you can't get it back. So we will be during our time management classes, we will be talking about time management, how valuable is the time. So just a request, like, you won't regret after the 1 month program. You won't regret, like, I wasted my time. We will definitely do our justification towards that time which you are going to invest. So we will be very happy that, like, instead of money, you have to invest your time. That is one of the requests what I was supposed to tell you. Now, another soft skill we will be extensively talking about is communication. Everyone heard about echo. You go to a mountaintop and shout, and you can hear it back. That is echo. Now, if you say, I love you, the echo will say, I love you. If you say, I hate you, the echo will say, I hate you. This is the same thing in communication. The way you communicate in your professional life or in your personal life, if you observe, like, some of the world leaders or some of the people you love across, in your church, you may be meeting some of the people, you'd like to go and talk to him because it's his communication. He is expressive, he is open to you people. So that is how the communication is echo, and how well you communicate, the people around you will change towards you, right? And yes, of course, we spoke about time management. Now, another one will be emotional intelligence, how it is useful in your personal life and professional life. Very important. Nowadays, emotional intelligence is a very important soft skill classes which is going around, and everyone is supposed to possess that one. Adaptability. Yes. Now, last 1 year, what we are doing, we are adapting ourselves to this COVID situation. We changed a lot of things. We used to train. I used to go around in Nigeria and meet people. I love meeting people personally, but now, because of this condition, we are not allowed to meet people. but we are already trained for adaptability, and we are managing things like now. See, we are online. We adapted new technology, so adaptability will be a good soft skill which you have to learn. This will get you, like, how to stay in a job, adapting to the situation of that company. You may not like some of the situation in the company, but once you learn that adaptability skills, you can excel everywhere, any kind of situation, like, you can perform. So we will be talking about adaptability. Leadership. Many youngsters feel that leadership skills, this is all for old people. I'm not going to be a leader next day. But yes, please do understand, the person who is a leader now, he possesses that leadership skills in the olden days. That means, like, when he started his career, he started with the leadership skills. So he become a leader now. Yes, of course, a leadership doesn't come on overnight. But yes, if you have that skills, you can climb the ladders easily. That is what we will be teaching about in leadership skills in our program. Personal branding. Akonte was mentioning about social media, how to do well in social media. Please note this point, like, we are employers, we are recruiters for many organizations. Whenever we are selecting candidates, we go to their social media and check what you are doing in the social media. Social media reflects yourself. So please be very careful in social media. Post very good messages, be positive, show that what is your characteristics is there, and we will be teaching you how to handle the social media. Yes, many things, like, Facebook is my personal, I can do whatever maybe. Yes, but the world is watching you. So be careful about that one. Get a good profile. LinkedIn is a professional place. Yes, of course, we have to be very professional in LinkedIn. Facebook, yes, it's personal, but also you have to control. Not much religion, not much politics, and control the social media. We will be talking extensively on that one in personal branding. And then, yes, once again, I just want to tell you, like, this is going to be an investment there. That is the time which you want to invest. And I request all the participants, like, take your time, the valuable time, and invest in this program and get certified. The benefits are immense. Like, yes, as I told you from the beginning, like, it helps your personal and professional life. And once it is certified, whenever we are processing your application to any of the companies, we will be highlighting that you are trained under Ascentech Academy. So please do join in all our sessions, and it's going to be an interaction, like as Annie mentioned, like, we want to, now the COVID situation is blocking us to meet each one, but we will be giving maximum interactive sessions. One-to-one interaction is possible. So make use of this program and get empowered. All the best. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Shiju Prabhakaran. Can we please put hands together for Mr. Shiju, please? Thank you for that communication and for telling us about the Soft Skill Academy. So right again, once again, I would like to emphasize to each and every one of us, as said by all our speakers, from Mr. Akonte, to Mrs. Pink, and then to our CEO, Mr. Shiju Prabhakaran, on the ASL training calendar. I just quickly want to share with us what the calendar is. The January, we scheduled a session for in January, but then we're in February already, and then there's a customer service excellence in February, starting from the 25th to the 26th of this month in February. The other classes that we are done in January, which is the strategic selling and account management. We also had the emotional intelligence in leadership. EI is very important. It is a soft skill that is important for not just job seekers, even for employers and even for top management staffs. All right. So if you're looking to recommend, mention, or tell somebody about the programs to engage in, those are some of the programs that your company would want to participate. You can also do collective group trainings for your staffs. That is also possible. All you just need to do is reach out to the Ascentech team, and then we can put together a program for you. Also, we can do scheduled programs specifically for your team, for your company, and for your group and for your unit. All you just need to do is reach out back to us, and then you would be informed on how to go about it. Once again, I'm going to mention to us, as you can see in the chat room, there is the Ascentech Services at Ascentech Services is on Instagram and on Facebook. You can reach out to us, and then you can engage us on the process to having these classes available for you and your team. Also in March is the effective business presentation and communication, and the strategic selling and account management. So of course, you can also reach out to us. We can share with you our a year plan for the different trainings in the academy, and so that you can know which one you will be taking on for your team and for your group and your company, and also for personal skill development for individuals who are looking to better themselves for the job and the career that they found themselves. We also can also send you some of the outlines of the different programs, so that you can get yourself abreast of some of the outlines, entailing in the course outline that we have. Also, it's a great learning opportunity that has been put together. I must say that, and then we await you and your team to contact us. You can contact the Ascentech team on +234. If you're taking the number, somebody can help me put it down in the chat room and just send it to the chat room. +234 909 141 6094. I'll take that again. You can contact us after this class on +234 909 141 6094. One more time for the last time, I'll take the number again. Somebody can just please help me put it together and drop it in the chat room so that everybody can see. It is contact us on +234 909 141 6094, or you can send us a mail on training@ascentech.com.ng. I take that again, training@ascentech.com.ng. It will be a delight to have you join us on this experience, to see you empower yourself, improve your soft skill, and get that dream job that you have been desiring to have. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a great time, I believe, for you. And that would lead us to take the several questions that has been dropped in the chat room. Taking the questions, first on the question from the chat room is a question by one of the, I'm trying to navigate into the chat room just to get the questions that have been asked. And I have a question from just a minute, please. Okay, I have a question from one Olawale Akombi, and he is saying that, is it possible, or what would be your advice to ask a staff of the organization I applied to about the organization culture, to help me prepare for the interview. Is it okay to call one of the staffs of the organization I'm applying to and ask them about the organization culture? Is it okay? So, Mr. Conte, you want to speak on that before we have Mrs.
Okay.
Aniping mention?
Okay. Thank you very much, Shola, and to the participants who asked that question. Well, I want to assume this person is not very well known to the applicant or the prospective candidate or employee who met with the staff. So I'm assuming they are just meeting for the first time. Now, like I mentioned in my presentation, there is hardly any company in the world today that does not have social media presence. So if you want to learn about the culture of the organization, my advice would be that you research the organization online. So if you want to learn about the culture, go online and do your research, basically, because the truth is finding a job is a job. As much as you can call the current staff, I would advise, if you are not well known to him or her, stay clear. Don't call him. The only thing you can do is your research, which would even be more, which present you as more proactive, as not looking for favor, because some people might interpret it as you wanting to come and use them to get into the organization. People are different in different ways. So my advice is, rather than call, because the question says I applied for a job in one organization and the application would end today. Now it's even ending today, meaning it's almost already late. Fortunately, I met one of the staff in the market some days ago. I collected his number. Can I reach him for the? Now, like I said, if you are not well known to him, please do your research and go prepare for your interview if you are called. If you are not called, move to the next one. So that is my advice, because some people would misinterpret it and even feel you are trying to look for cheap favor by using them to get into the organization. Not everybody would take that in a friendly manner. So do your research. Now, just assume you didn't meet anybody. Do your research. It's not so hard to find out what the culture looks like. If you go on our page, even for example, for Ascentech, we have pictures of ourselves. We have different events we had. So with that, you can have an idea what the culture is like. So my advice is do your research. When you now well know the person, then you can go ahead and call. Except you know this person personally, I would not advise that you call. I would advise that you do your research personally and go prepare for your interview if you are called. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your sharing your thoughts. Mrs. Aniping, you want to say something, or we should just move on to the next question? You have
Well,
about
you can
30
go on.
seconds.
You can go on to the next question.
All right, thank you. So on to the next question. I want to believe that first question has been properly handled, and then the participant, Mr. Lawali, you have the answer to your question. So it's simple, just not to give a wrong impression of your personality, and of your candidacy. It is better to do your own research outside of the company staff that you met on the road. All right. So I believe that has been answered. One Matthias asked the question that currently working in Port Harcourt, but on the lookout for job opportunity in Abuja in order to reunite with my family. Please, how can Ascentech services be of help? So this person is working in a particular state. He wants to move to another state and is looking at how can Ascentech services as an outsourcing recruitment company be of help.
I don't know if I want to take that, or maybe Annie or Mr. Shiju can do that. But okay, I think I'll just take it then. So yes, Ascentech, like we've said, severally, we are a recruitment, outsourcing, and training company. And yes, from time to time, we have requirements across Nigeria. We have people who even want to unite with their families, like in this case, who we place on jobs in where or at places where they prefer. So yes, we can. So what I would advise this person to do is to email their CV to us. And then when there are opportunities, of course, I wouldn't know what this person has, the experience. Perhaps it might even fit into one of the roles that we're trying to fill for a client with office in Abuja, perhaps. So the first thing he should do is to send his application and CV to us. You can send to cv@ascentech.com.ng. I'll drop it in the chat room very soon. So we will take it up from there. And the good thing about our service is, unlike some other recruitment companies that charge, ours is totally free. So it takes nothing than just sending your CV to us via email. Just the only thing that it takes you. That's the only thing that it takes you. And we place people on jobs across Nigeria and even outside the country sometimes. So it is a whole lot of opportunities this person has if you want to move to Abuja. We have clients across Nigeria. So again, the person can send the CV to cv@ascentech.com.ng, and that is the only thing they have to do. There's no payment attached, nothing else attached. It is free of charge for all applicants or candidates in this case. So yes, send your CV to us. I will take it up from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. There you have it. Send your CV to the email that has been provided. I believe Mr. Akonte would also do us the help to drop that email in the chat room so that applicants can also have access to the email and send their CVs to our email. All right. This applicant or participant is saying, my present job is just a going sake. I don't really get what that means, but it's not my passion. I am not excited at all. It is not my profession. What I know is it gives me time for myself. So what do you do in a situation where the job you have presently is not your passion, is not what really excites you, is not really what you want to do, but then it gives you, it makes up your daily needs. It keeps body and soul together. What do you do to get into your passion and your career area of interest? Ms. Annie Pink, you want to take that?
Yes, thank you, Shola. I clearly understand how it feels when you go and do a work where is not your passion. I clearly understand. What would be my suggestion is, there is something called, what we discuss every day is about emotional intelligence. It's about how emotions are connected to the job that you do every day. So if you are not feeling motivated, that is your emotion. If you're not feeling happy with your job, that is your emotion. So how do you handle such emotions? What motivates you to get back to job? I would request you to do one small thing today. Once the training session is over, I want you to sit down and write all the things that you like to do, that you're passionate about, that will encourage you, that will make you jump out of your bed and say, let's start the day, right? I want you to just write down those things, right? And read it out loud and see what really matters to you in your life. Now, what is that you really like in the job that you're doing? I know there are many dislikes. I know you have a list of dislikes. That is why you're not motivated to do the job. That is why you're not passionate about the job. But I want you to write, for a change, write all the things that you really like about the job. Maybe you didn't know, maybe you didn't think in that angle. There is always another side. So write it down. That makes you still go to the job every day. What is that one particular motivation that makes you go back to the job? You need to question yourself why. Why? It's not about the wants that takes you to the job. We have so many things that we want every day. It's not that is what should drive you to a job. It is not about what I can do and what I can't do is what that drives you to a job. No, it's about why. Why have you taken the job? Start questioning yourself and write it down. When you write it down in your journal and then read it again, I'm sure you will start understanding what are the emotions that you're handling in that particular situation. What are the emotions that are connecting to your passion? right? So I would encourage you to join our training programs. We have a specific training program, which is on ethical communication, which is on emotional intelligence in the month of February. We'll be giving you the dates soon. You can register yourself with our training link. I'm sure the link is posted here already. Register with us. We will be talking a lot more in deep about what is emotional intelligence, what is ethical communication that is in high demand today. All this will definitely teach you to be happy, to be positive, to be passionate about everything that you do, starting from what you do from home, from the time you wake up from your bed. What is that inspires you to brush your teeth? What is that motivates you? What is that motivates you to have a bath? What motivates you to dress up? Right? You know, once you dress up and you're neat, you put on your perfumes and you go out, Okada is waiting for you. Your Danfo is waiting for you. The bus is waiting for you, right? You don't know what is up there, right? But still, what motivates you to get up and do all those things? Basic things. Start analyzing from basic things. We have so much to talk to you. So we would look forward to come into our trainings where we can have a one-to-one discussion. We can talk out everything that is really bothering you, right? So join us in our programs. We will have a detailed discussion. But for now, I have a solution for you. Write down everything. Note down what is that you're passionate about. What is not your passion? What is your passion? What is that motivates you? What is that you like in the current job that you're doing? I saw a few of you writing that you're an IT expert and you're a network administrator, but you're not happy with the job. Now, I'm also an IT person. I also started my work as a network administrator because I love networking. I did special certifications on networking. I love hardware more than software. So later on, things changed. You know, as you evolve, as the industry around you changes, as the market around you changes, you keep yourself updated. Keep yourself updated. As in how you update your phones. There is a new phone coming today. We plan and we buy the next version. Whenever the version comes in, you keep yourself updated, right? Similarly, we spend a minimum of 30,000 naira to buy a phone. Now, how much are we investing in ourselves? We are the source, right? We are everything, right? Everything comes from here. Now, what are we doing? How much are we investing in ourselves? In improving, in working towards our passion, in working towards our happiness, in working towards the peace with us, within us, and the peace around us. So there are many things. So come on, join us. Let's have a discussion. And remember the point that I told you. Write it down, and you will be able to understand what is that lagging for you to not be passionate about the work that you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There you have it. Invest in your passion. Annie Pink, Virtual Career Expo 2021 by Ascentech Services. Invest in your soul. Invest in your passion. And you can only do that if you come on board and learn the new skills in an evolving career path. Learn the new skills in an evolving, ever-evolving career path. Just before you go, Annie, and another question that correlates with something in line with emotional and personality management is managing of pressure. I see a lot of people have asked questions around how do I manage pressure? How do I handle myself under pressure? How do I respond to pressure? And there's a particular one that actually even talked about the pressure that comes with work, even when management is not ready to listen to customer complaints. I believe this person interfaces with the customers and has seen that customers have complaints, and maybe these complaints are actually genuine, right? These complaints are genuine, but then because of the pressure that comes from the customer end and the pressure that comes with managing the response or the responses of the management, this person is trying to figure out how they position themselves to manage all of this and still deliver on the work that they have been employed to do. So you want to say one or two things about pressure management and managing your employer and managing the customers.
Okay, sure. Thank you. I'll be glad to answer for that. When it comes to pressure, right? It is completely under your control. Now, if you want to let the pressure overpower you, you're going to be pressurized. The choice is yours. Now, how are you going to handle this pressure? What is the requirement? What is that they're expecting from you? Make it simple. Don't make it too much. Don't make it a big deal. There is no big deal. Nobody is asking you to become a genie today and start, granting wishes. Nobody is expecting you to do that. The person who is expecting you to do something that you are capable of, right? What your resume is talking about. Your resume must be talking a lot of things. Now, how do a management or an employer will come to know that whether you're capable of it until you're given the opportunity, right? Maybe your resume is talking volumes of things about great things that you're capable of. And your employer might think, okay, this particular candidate can do such kind of jobs in such kind of situations, even under such pleasurable situations. So how is he going to handle it? So I think he can handle it. That's what his resume says. So the employer gives you that, right? So what happens to you when it comes to you? Are you really ready for all that you have mentioned in the resume? Are you really ready for all that? You're ready to take that pressure? You're able to handle the pressure? If not, you have to inculcate the habit of breaking down the tasks that has been given to you. Maybe the task is enormous. Maybe it is not what you can do, but your resume talks you can do. But there are times where you can adapt to it. You can equip yourself. You can say, just keep saying to yourself, I can do it. If he can do it, why not me? Right? I can do better. Yes. So start having such affirmations to yourself, encourage yourself, motivate yourself, saying that, okay, now this is the task that has been given to me. Let me break it down. Let me break it down into small pieces and start completing the task one by one. And if it is something that, talking about customer service, talking about the real complaints from the customers, and, as a salesperson, you have to give your own, when you sell, you give some assurances that these are the things that will be given. And then end of the day, when it is not given, salesperson is at stake. At the same time, you have a relationship problem with the customer. There are a lot of things that you have to handle. But at the end of the day, you working for a company, you have a process set. Your employer is saying, this is the process, this is how you follow it. Now, you can't just bluntly go and say that to your customer, saying that, sorry, this is the process, this is what we will do. So what happens? The relationship that you maintain is broken. You are not in a good state. So the customer is not going to believe you again the next time. So the pressure increases. You're not able to handle the situation. Instead, when there is a process change, when you are handling a customer, please do not give promises which is overboard, which is not exactly what the company is talking about. Be on point. Tell exactly this is what we will do. This is what we will not do. Be very clear about it. Also be ready to listen from the customer if you and the customer are on the right page. At the same time, when you're talking to your manager, when you're talking to the top management, where you are answerable, where you are, between the customer and the top management. Now you are answerable on both sides. So make sure that you are on the same book with your management at the same time with your customers, so that you maintain a good relationship on both sides. Now that's your job. That's what you've taken. But don't consider it as a pressure. Instead, take it as an opportunity that you get to understand a customer. At the same time, you get to understand the management. Now, they have their own set of rules that has to be followed. They have their own process that is set. They have a proper, successful business process. They follow it. And to follow that process, now you also have to be updated on the process, and you make sure that this is also told to the customer, so that there is no misunderstanding, so that there is no bad relationship. Don't give overboard promises. That would be my suggestion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer and responses. I'm going to take just one more final question so that we can wrap this up. I mean, we've almost done 2 hours. It was going to be less than 1 hour initially, but because we also had to accommodate a few other exigencies, I mean, it's fine. As long as the participants get the best of what we're trying to get across to them. So in rounding up just the question part, before I give allow Mr. Shiju speak for a closing remark, and then I would just close the meeting is this person is seeing that he doesn't want to be a liability on the job he is, but there are challenges of work, which, I mean, all work has its own challenges. I need a job that will make me proactive and challenge my work experience. How do I do it? Did you get my question? Did you get my question?
No.
Okay. So I need a job that would challenge my proactive experience. I need a job that will challenge my proactive experience. Even though the current job that I have is, I'm just doing it so that I'm not a liability and I'm not jobless. But I need a job that will challenge my proactive, my inquiry, my inquisitive experience. So what answer do you have for that person? And that will be our last question.
Okay, I would like to answer this one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, I'm sorry to take it an example of bad planning. Yes, from the beginning, if he would have done goal setting kind of activities and might have planned very well, he won't be in a situation. Now, yes, at the currently we don't want to speak about what happened, but this is just giving an example for others. Like, landing in a wrong job is always the situation. Like, we study something, we get trained on something and end up in another job, which is not our passion. So it's a classic example, and many cases used to come in front of us saying that, like, this is not actually I was looking at, but because of the commitment, as he mentioned, I don't want to be jobless. Yes. Now let's see this is another positive way. Like, yes, I don't want to be jobless. It's good to, like, in any job you are getting, just get into that one and learn that one. Now, positively, we can like, yes, you are in that job which you don't like, but staying in that job, empowering yourself, and how to shift to your dream job. Now you have to upskill yourself for you have to plan and prepare yourself for your dream job. So how to do that one? You have to, now, as Akonte was mentioning, there are many online platforms are there. Yes, we are training mainly on the behavioral part, and we are not training on any hard skills. But there are many opportunities in online itself, like, many learnings, many certifications which you can take up, and then slowly plan yourself to shift to your dream job. Nothing going to happen, like, it's not, don't feel like I'm already stuck in this job. If you look at many successful people, like, at the end of their career, they get into a greater position with a greater organization, and they'll end up into their dream job. So you have to plan now. There is nothing called as tomorrow. Now, today onwards, you have to plan how to change, how to learn things which will lead me to my dream job, right? And I will appreciate. I'm really appreciating you. Like, instead of wasting time, you got into a job which is availing you some financial help and moving on. So that's good. So now just observe everything in a positive mode. That's fine. And as I told you, like, just start trying, learning things, and moving to your dream job. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shiju Prabhakaran, CEO, Ascentech Services. It's been a beautiful time, I believe, for all our participants, and especially special thank you. Thank you to all our speakers. Students, if you have had a good time, come on, let's give a hand to all our speakers. Let's give a hand to all our speakers. We want to thank very, very specially speakers who have been on the Career Expo Virtual Experience 2021 Ascentech Services. And to all the participants, thank you for joining. Thank you for all your thought-provoking questions. And of course, don't forget, it's about the Skill Academy of ascentech.com.ng. And this is to prepare you for that desired job experience you have always looked forward to. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of our first virtual experience 2021. We will be back. We will bring you several other experiences. And indeed, it promises to be a great time at the Academy. Don't forget that at the Academy, you have amazing, tremendous classes that have been scheduled and tailored to your satisfaction. I want to quickly take some of the feedbacks we got from some of the participants from our past classes in the Academy for the soft skill training. From Visco, Nigeria, Anifowoshe Lukman said, Ascentech should reach out to more organizations whenever there is any training program like this. The content quality is superb. And that is why today we are reaching out to you, and that you also can reach out to others to be a part of the Soft Skill Academy by Ascentech.com. Also from Air Liquid Nigeria PLC, Angela Edeji said, it was a good one. Highly interactive session. I confidently recommend to anyone. Also from Tata Motors, Mobolaji Ogundare said, this training was very impacting, was an eye-opener for me. It gave me more might and more insight into the products available. I'll take one more, and this is what was from a self-sponsored trainee, Busari Lukman, who says that the program was excellent. I achieved my aim of attending the training, that is to add value to myself, to have more insights, more knowledge in terms of sales efficiency. It couldn't have been said better. All you need to do is go to Instagram, go to Facebook, check at Ascentech Services, or please go to our contact person. Please reach out to us through our contact person for a great learning opportunity that awaits you, your company, your groups, your units, even for individuals. Today, call the number +234 909 141 6094. I take that again, +234 909 141 6094. Or send us an email at, just send us an email, training@ascentech.com.ng. I say that again, training@ascentech.com.ng. It promises to be a great time for you, for your groups, and for your company as you join us at the skill program in the Skill Academy of Ascentech.com. Our office is located at the second floor, 148 150 Bode Thomas Road, Surulere, Lagos State. I'll take that again for emphasis, 148 150 Bode Thomas Road, Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria. It's been a wonderful privilege being your host and your MC on the first virtual experience of the Ascentech Career Expo 2021. My name is Tokwe Aregbeshola. I remain your MC with MSc. It's been a great opportunity and a great delight to have all our speakers, from Mr. Conte Lawson, the head hunt and head talent acquisition program for Ascentech. Of course, Mrs. Anne Pink, are very experienced, over 15 years of corporate training and soft skill empowerment. And of course, over 21-year experience in personnel management services, Mr. Shiju Prabhakaran, or CEO Ascentech Services. distinguished friends, participants, and everyone who would be seeing this video after now. Ascentech remains the 2019 award-winning organization of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management in Nigeria as the HR Best Practices Award winner. You would love to be a part of the great experience and great services that Ascentech Services brings to you. Whether in your home, in your office, in groups, or you would like to come to our office, we are ready to keep your soft skill going, empowered, and ready for that career, that job that you have always delighted. Either as an entrepreneur, as a business person, and you would love to have your personal trainings also, group trainings, Ascentech Services is here for you. Once again, it's been a delight. Thank you very much. And that will be it as we all go. Thank you, and thank you. 2021 virtual experience of the Career Expo. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.